right? Because I always say any nigga that's just too freaky, too wanna try, too wanna put his dick in every hole in your body, that's just too much ice for me. Why isn't this enough for X me to peg them? Now, would I peg somebody? No. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I do that? Let's think about it. It's coming out, nothing's going in. So imagine, and I mean you can only imagine what it would be like when something goes in there. But have y'all seen that tweet before? It was like, oh yeah, let's go to Wendy's and drive around my city and shit. Bitch, that ain't no motherfucking date. But I mean, you know, you can go on a picnic, you could go to a strawberry farm, you can go to the zoo, you can go to Disney World, you can go to an amusement park. Yeah, we stay. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kayla Wayla, and welcome back to another episode of Hush the Pod. Okay, y'all can see I'm channeling my inner Janet Jackson because I got some braids. Okay, I have not seen the Michael Jackson movie. Okay, and let me stop saying Michael Jackson so motherfucking much for Zay to jump up and have a fit because she's scared of Michael Jackson. But I had to give me some braids because, honey, I had to give me a nice little in-between style. I got me some jumbo braids. They cute. They did what the girls need to do. But we are back with another episode this week, y'all. And while I was on the phone with this guy, he was like, hush the pod going broke because we filming at home. Baby, it never gave broke. It never gave that, but we're gonna let that slide. But before we get started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all are following us on Instagram. Y'all, we are so close to 400 followers and 1,000 subscribers. I just want y'all to keep supporting. I want y'all to keep watching. I mean, I feel like we're doing great. The episodes have been consistently dropping, and I can't really wait till we get to 100 episodes because I want to do something really special for the people who have been watching Hush the Pod. But all that yipping and yapping, that's not going to get us nowhere. Let's get into today's segment, which is pillow talk. We haven't did pillow talk in a while, honey, but y'all know it gets wild, honey. The Chileans have truly wooed, okay? So let's get into today's pillow talk segment. And I know y'all been watching the news. Y'all know we not current events over here, okay? It just never gave that because it just be too many opinions. It be too many different feelings involved. I feel differently. People feel differently. But today we're going to be talking about what makes a man gay. And what really made me want to talk about this topic was because the whole thing with Tati and Boston Richie coming out. But first I want to say that I do not in any form, any shape, any form, or any fashion, honey, condone domestic violence. It is not okay. But we are going to be talking about, you know, the rumors that came out. You know, there's been some pegging and there's been some ass play. But we're going to talk about what really makes a guy gay. And I want to talk about this because, for one, I feel like a lot of people have so much to say, like, about the whole men liking their ass being played with thing. Because, for one, they be deflecting, right? You never know what people even do in their bedrooms any motherfucking way, right? When you go to your auntie house and she cooking Thanksgiving dinner, do you know she washed her hands after she cooked every dish? No. Does necessarily a guy getting some ass play, they ass a, them getting pegged, make them gay? For one, pegging, now that shit right there is different, right? I mean, when that shit came out, I was really confused because I really haven't seen no shit like that or no man ever asked me to peg them. Now, would I peg somebody? No. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I do that? Let's think about it. I don't know. Just the whole thing of me putting on a strap, pulling it up like some pants, and having, you know, something stick it out and then put it in my man's ass, I don't think I would be comfortable with doing it. Okay, so can straight men enjoy certain sexual experiences and still identify as straight? And my answer to that is a yes and a no, right? Because I always say any nigga that's just too freaky, too wanna try, too wanna put his dick in every hole in your body, that's just too much ice for me. Why isn't this enough, right? I talked to guys before and I've asked them questions even before I wanted to have this on my Pillow Talk segment, and they've all have really said the same thing as, oh yeah, you got a coochie right there, it's tight, it's wet, it's warm, why you don't want to go in there? But my assumption is that My assumption is that a booty hole is just so tight they want to feel that same pleasure. But now that I'm thinking about it, I was thinking about it like in a different way. I was thinking about a guy putting his private part in a woman's butthole, but no, we talking about a toy or something inserting into a man ass. So let me get that out of my mind. And the only reason why this topic is kind of fucking me up in the head a little bit is while I'm talking about it, I'm getting like pictures in my head about it. And okay, yeah, whatever. So honestly speaking, y'all, it's a lot for me, because you thinking about how tight a butthole is, and especially with a man, y'all, the only thing that's coming out that ass is shit. And when you taking a shit, it's just so tight that you can't really imagine nothing going inside of it, because when you're boo-booing, it's coming out, nothing's going in. So imagine, and I mean you can only imagine what it would be like when something goes in there. But the only point that I want to say for those men who do enjoy stuff like that, you never know what people do in their bedroom, right? People can say, they can talk shit all they want to, but you never know what people do anyway. It could be people talking shit and say, oh yeah, nigga, I would never do that, and they asking a bitch to put their finger in their ass, or yeah, just go down, licky, 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 licky. But I just want to know, like, why are there like such double standards when it comes to people like having sex? Because me personally, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't like to kink shame, right? What you like in the bedroom for you and what works for you and your man might not work for me and my man when I have a man. You get what I'm saying? I like to try and I like to do new shit as well, you know? So I don't like to judge people, but it's some things that I preferably, you know, I preferably would not do. I just don't know how that conversation like would go about. Like, oh yeah, like, what you doing when you get off work? Maybe you could peg me this evening. You know, I just want to know like how those conversations will go. But you have some men who are so comfortable in certain situations and relationships, and they just feel like, oh yeah, why the fuck not? But as I said before, I just don't think that a man who just too damn freaky, want to try and do everything, that's just gay to me. Like, what else do you want to try, a nigga next? So I don't know, I feel like everybody should just kind of mind their own business, but me personally, it's not something I would do. Men getting their ass ate, is that gay or not? I don't think it's gay. Honestly, I don't think it's gay, because you be so close to eating a nigga ass anyway when you sucking on the balls. Why not? Why not? Have I done it? No. Will I plan to do it? Who knows? You never know. Who knows? You just never say what you'll do. If I had a partner who was into that, I don't know how I would feel about that. But I definitely was dating this guy like my freshman year. I ain't gonna tell y'all the school he went to, but he didn't go to Clark. Let's start there, because it was this whole little stigma and this whole little rumor going around in Clark. And honestly, I be saying that, and then when people be asking me about it on my podcast, they be like, girl, we didn't know that. But I used to hang with this girl, right? And basically she ate this nigga ass, and she got into it with one of her friends or one of her line sisters one day. And her business had came out that she was eating niggas ass. It came out. And basically, you know how bitches get, they be like birds of a feather, they flock together and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, you just never know. I mean, I've never dated a guy who was really into that. But let me get back to the story about the nigga from the other school. They didn't go to Clark. I'm getting all over the place. Okay, so boom, I met this guy my ninth, no, it was my, not my ninth, I don't know why I be saying ninth grade and 10th grade when it comes to college. Probably because, you know, it's freshman year, then it's sophomore year. Okay, but anyway, my sophomore year of college, I was doing like the whole SGA thing or whatever. And I met this nigga that played basketball, right? And he would tell me stuff like, you know, you're so beautiful. But we was never really able to do the whole dating thing, because he went to a school that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's on my bank account away. So we never really got the chance to, you know, date or do the whole dating thing or anything like that. But anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, so I seen him at the basketball game, and I thought he was so motherfucking fine. And I was on SGA, and we didn't really ever get a chance to have freedom. Like, we would always have to go to the games, be dressed up and shit like that. We didn't really get the freedom and stuff that the other students had got. So So before the games and stuff, we would usually like get bottles, go out to eat, you know, take shots and stuff like that. And this one particular game, I was feeling good. I was feeling lit. These niggas that Clark was playing against, they was whooping Clark ass like in the basketball game. So I'm like, oh yeah, number 12 is really going hard in the motherfucking paint. I'm talking my shit. He's smiling and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, nigga. You like what? Y'all know how I get, right? So we just talking and texting and stuff like that. We end up having to leave the game early because our advisor noticed that everybody was getting a little too lit. Okay, cool. So boom. Right? So I'm like, damn, I didn't get a chance to get number 12 number, but I said that on Twitter, right? Boom, lo and behold, y'all, why the fuck the nigga find me on Twitter? He was like, oh yeah, you was looking for me, here I go. So we get to talking and we get to texting and stuff like that. And he would basically like, you know, tell me like, oh yeah, you're so beautiful, but I just don't know how this will work out. But he's from Atlanta and fine as fuck. I'm gonna always give a nigga they props. Fine as fuck. Fine as fuck. I'm thinking about that nigga right now. Super fine. But y'all, anyway, he was super fine or whatever from Atlanta. He was just basically letting me know like I'm in school right now and I'm gonna be staying out here for a minute, but when I come to Atlanta, I'm gonna make it my business to come see you. So honestly speaking, the nigga never really made it his motherfucking business to come see me. So that's why I really wasn't taking the nigga serious. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't taking the nigga serious. He was getting on my motherfucking nerves, talking like he was gonna drive 4 hours and stuff, taking too long. So I had me a whole nother nigga, right? But in between time though, in between the time that we were supposed to be meeting up and stuff like that, we started conversing on a freakier level. We did, you know, and he was talking about how he wanted to explore like different things and stuff like that. And at the time, I wasn't down for all that. And basically, you know, we just talking and stuff, and he asked me like all the things I have done and different things like that. So I'm asking him shit he done, and girl, he's telling me like, oh yeah, I went to the sex store today and I got this. Lo and behold, it was a penis ring. Right? So I'm like, okay, that's nice. And he was like, yeah, I want you to put this on me and stuff. And I don't really want to go deep into the whole story and stuff, but basically, you know, he was asking me like, you know, I feel like you're a beautiful girl and I just want to try new things with you. So I'm like, what do you want to try? Do you want me to do a flip? You want to eat my coochie in a headstand? Because that's the only thing we're going to be trying. So he was saying like, no, I just feel like I know that thing is tight, but I know that booty hole is tighter. So I'm like, okay, I thought the nigga was capping. So, you know, he was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, when we get down there, you know, we can just finally decide if we're going to do it. I had kind of already made up in my mind that I didn't want to do it. And then he had asked me, could I eat his ass and shit? And I was like, I don't know how I feel about all that. So lo and behold, we ended up meeting up one day. It was an interesting experience, and honestly speaking, I'm really surprised that I'm here to this day to tell this story that I'm not really telling all the way. But even when dealing with a nigga who want to keep going down different lanes and going down the roads of the untaken, I just felt like he was too freaky. I felt like he would probably try something with a nigga because he just wanted to keep going and going and going and going and going and keep trying to do shit. What else can you do? What else can you do? So he was one of those niggas. I ain't gonna say he was gay because I was fucking with the nigga. We was fucking and shit. But at the end of the day, it just be like, what, enough is a motherfucking enough. But yeah, that's just how I feel about that for today's Pillow Talk segment. But yeah, y'all just let me know what y'all going for, what's too far, what's a yes and what's a no, what's a yay and what's a nay, okay? All right, so today we are going to get into our topic. So we are going to be talking about what types of dates are acceptable for you, okay? How do you properly ask someone on a date? How long does it take for someone to ask you on a date? Are you worthy enough of going on a motherfucking date? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And then we're going to be going into like different types of dates. We got to call Kayla and some more things. Okay, so what types of dates are acceptable for you? Okay, so for me, the type of girl that I am, I'm probably gonna give a nigga a week to ask me on a date. right? And it's all about like how you even meet a nigga, right? So just say like if I'm at a bar or I'm going out, I meet somebody at the club, I meet you at church, I meet you in a grocery store, I'm instantly gonna ask you like what your intentions are with me, because you're gonna have to take me on a date. And I think that's the new motherfucking problem with these new niggas and shit. Niggas always just be wanting to go straight to fuck. We girls, ladies, women, we need to start robbing these niggas. You meet a nigga, they be like, oh yeah, I want to invite you from my house, we can do drinks, we can do hookah. No nigga, we can't. I want somebody to want to take me on a date. So that's that first. And honestly speaking, I feel like a lot of conversations gotta be navigated to where a guy feels like he gotta take you on a date. After a week, if we're not talking about, oh yeah, let's go to lunch or let's meet up or I'm trying to see you today, I'm not texting you back no more, because I instantly know what your intentions are, which is a fuck, right? That's why you gotta redirect the motherfucking situation so you can be going on a date. But how would you properly ask someone on a date, right? Okay, as I said before, I would honestly want to know what your intentions are, right? You know, and I feel like even with dates or like going on dates, I feel like everybody just, even like men, they have the feeling that women are using them, like, oh yeah, I might not see her no more. But I feel like dating is also like a part of courting and stuff. So you never know, like, okay, well, if this date don't go well, am I gonna see you again? I don't know, nigga, am I gonna like you after the date, right? Because I feel like texting and meeting up and eating and going to drink and getting to know a person in person is way different. You get a way different vibe. You get a way different side of their personality than what you get for over a message, right? So that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, we definitely got to go on a date, right? So we, you know, we talking, we texting, trying to figure out what the intentions are, right? But as I said before, you know, men have this thing where they think, oh yeah, if I take a bitch on a date, she gotta fuck me or she using me and stuff like that. That's courting. That's what niggas is supposed to do anyway. And I would give it to women a little bit that we, you know, we kind of don't be making niggas really take us on dates. And I know with some bitches like, I be making niggas, y'all hoes don't be making every nigga y'all fuck with take y'all on that motherfucking date. That's why this shit all the way fucked up like it's now. Back in the day, a nigga beat a bitch, he giving her a quarter, 25 cents, they go and get matching milks or whatever the fuck they used to do back in the old day. Like, you know, I just feel like we have to get back to the art of courting, the art of really enjoying, like, you know, real true life love. Like, nigga, like even now with dates and stuff, niggas don't even know, like, hey, I'm gonna come pick you up. And that's another thing we could talk about too. Like, do y'all feel like if you're going on a date, should a nigga be picking you up? Because for me, the answer is yes. Now, usually I can decipher the fact of if I want a guy that I'm talking to know where I'm staying, but usually it's no problem with me because I try to have like good discernment on if a nigga is a good person or if a nigga is a bad person, right? So I usually gonna want you to pick me up, or I've even dated guys who would like send me like trucks to come pick me up and I meet them at the place and they stay on the phone with me the whole time. I don't mind that. A good time for a date. So me, I work the weekend, so I'm not really available on the weekend, but the ideal day for me is I like a spontaneous guy. I don't want to keep going to the same places that I have already been to. I like somebody who's going to be thoughtful. I like somebody who's going to like really take the time to learn who I am and to really, you know, give me what I need to give me a good day. I feel like, and dating should be intentional too. Like going on dates should be intentional. Like if you don't feel like this guy is interested enough to know more about you or what you like about y'all going on a date, then you should be going on a date, because the nigga just think he gonna go get you drunk and get you something to eat, right? And speaking of get you drunk and get you something to eat, I have been one of those girls before. I done went on a date with a nigga just because I was hungry. I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga wanna take me out today. Yes. Something to eat. Okay? But bitch, don't try to do the don't be even trying to do the broke bitch beg and have you ate thing with me, because I'ma always eat. But I would rather eat something a little bit, you know, nicer. A little steak, a little lamb, a little pasta. Okay? But yeah, so I think they should definitely be intentional. I feel like the date night should be planned. If you text me, if we say our date gonna be Friday at 8 o'clock, if you text me at 7 talking about what you doing, Nigga, don't worry about it no more. And I know what some people could be saying, like, oh yeah, why wouldn't you, check back in or see what the plans are or see if he's still interested? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I have done that before, and every time I have done that before, it's been a big ass slap in the motherfucking face. I text a nigga and be like, okay, yeah, are we still meeting up today for our date? Oh yeah, I got this going on. I gotta pick, like, all that. I ain't with all that. I would rather go on a date with somebody who wants to take me on a date, a high effort date at a good time. And let's go back to times. So a good date should be, I ain't gonna lie, maybe can we start at 8 o'clock? Okay, and gotta be on time. I gotta work on that, because the dates I be going on sometimes, they be getting so mad at me because I do not being on time, but I really feel like I need to get better at that. That way the person that I'm dating can feel like I respect them, I can respect their time, I can respect their energy. Because y'all, I had went on 2 dates with this one nigga this week, and that nigga was so motherfucking mad that I had him outside waiting, but I was just trying to, get myself all scrooched up and, together and stuff like that. But definitely want to be on time. 7-8 o'clock is a good time for me. I want to go to dinner, and I kind of like 3-step dates. Maybe we can meet up. You give me my flowers to the car. And another thing too, I feel like the niggas that really want to do it, that really want to be a wow factor, and this could be like a men's master dating class as well, right? If you want to take a lady on a date, or if you want to take a girl on a date, like maybe when she get in the car, wow, a bitch, get out the car. Open the door for a bitch. Give me a flower. Like, do a little one too. Give me a little perfume. Like, I even know my brother, like, he took his girlfriend on a date, and he got her roses. He got her little perfume. Like, that right there is a wow factor, right? I feel like if a guy takes you on a date, he should be setting the tone for a relationship, or not even a relationship. Let me stop, because you can go on dates and be dating people and still be talking to other people. But I feel like when you're intentionally dating and going on dates and stuff like that, you kind of want to set the tone. Give a little flower, give a little perfume, give a little, something to make me remember you by, right? Especially if you're going on a date with somebody that you haven't talked to before. You want to be the guy that she's going on a date with, and I remember you. Oh yeah, this the nigga that bought me the Valentino perfume. Or this the nigga that bought me the Wait a Minute set. You get what I'm saying? So you want to be the guy that she remembers. And also, damn, I lost my train of thought, but I was really feeling it. Because see, I like talking about this shit because it kind of feel like a fairy tale. Like, what's my perfect date? Or I even be thinking about, like, dates that I went on before and they were perfect. Like, I could think about my favorite date that I ever been on. I was dating this guy. I talked about this before on a podcast episode that I deleted because the girls was too drunk, too wild, and too crazy. He sent me an Uber. We went to Wheezy's. The only thing that I didn't like about this date was that it was just a little too, like, oh yeah, you could pick the place, you could tell me what to do. I didn't really feel like it was no leadership skills going on when it was coming to planning this date. I still had a good time, but now looking back, do I feel like the date was thoughtful? No, it just really felt like a nigga had money, was throwing the date at me. But it was one of my favorite motherfucking dates. But went to Wheezy's. He sent me an Uber to go down there. He walked me in. I had on heels and stuff. He didn't have on shit worth of shit. But I mean, it's cool. I'm a badass bitch. I wish I was way more chill than I had motherfucking going on. Went to Wheezy's. He got the table. We was originally gonna have to wait. But he paid the hostess to give us like a good seat. I asked could we be sitting in the back because the outfit was very much underwhelming. The fuck? Paid the hostess so we didn't have to wait or whatever. We got there, and then we on a date and stuff. He wasn't really talkative, and I feel like I enjoyed the date because I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed eating, I enjoyed drinking, I enjoyed smoking of the hook. Okay, I feel like that's why I really enjoyed the date. He was very generous. He was telling me I could keep ordering drinks. He wanted to keep getting shots. He wanted to keep getting food and stuff. I like dates like that. Like, let's have fun. Let's really do it. Like, he didn't ask me to like pay for nothing. He made sure I had everything that I needed. He didn't want to share none of his food, bitch. He did not play that. Like, every time I be like, oh, that look good, let me get some. He was like, no, you could just order you one. So we had like 9 different plates on the fucking table, so I love that. After that, we went to the strip club. We had a great time. The only thing I didn't like about him going to the strip club, he acted like he really didn't want to throw no ones or anything. But other than that, that's probably like one of my favorite dates or whatever. It just didn't feel like intentional. So that's not like a person I continue to talk to or continue to date outside of, you know, that date that we motherfucking went on. But that was probably one of my favorite dates. But it's also like different types of dates, like a coffee date. So what is the coffee date? A coffee date, and this is ChatGPT's definition, by the way, okay? A coffee date is usually a casual, low-pressure meet-up where 2 people grab coffee, matcha, tea, pastries, or a small snack to get to know each other. It's normally used as a first date because it's quick, affordable, and more focused on conversation than impressing somebody. Okay, honestly, I don't think a coffee date is thoughtful, okay? I think it's very much so low effort. I'm irritated as fuck. I'm irritated as fuck. I'm irritated as fuck. It's at what time are we going to get coffee anyway? And coffee, that's a shitty ass date. If I'm drinking coffee, bitch, I'm gonna have to shit. And mind you, I'm a real ass black girl. I don't know about nobody else, and I know it's a lot of black girls out here that drink different varieties and different things of coffee and stuff like that. But when I go to Starbucks, I get a vanilla bean frappe, light on my ice, no motherfucking whipped cream. Every bitch used to order that back in the day when I was in high school, okay? I don't know about y'all, but that's just not something I would enjoy. I feel like it's quick. You know, we got to get ready to go to work. What if we get to talking and we get to liking each other and stuff, and we can't finish our motherfucking talk because we got to hurry up and sip the coffee, and then we can't drink it too fast because it's hot. Then, you know, it's dark. We can't be, you know, drinking too much because we're going to have to boo-boo. Like, I just don't think I would enjoy no coffee date. I don't feel like that's intentional. And I feel like it's very casual. I feel like a date should be something that you and your other person should be looking up to. That's just too damn casual for me. But I was looking on Twitter, and it was like, I think a coffee date is more intentional because you don't even know the person that you're going on a date with. So it gives you a chance to get like a little preview. And I just don't agree with it, right? A lot of people are saying that coffee dates, a lot of people don't like them because people are too focused on the price. And I just don't agree with it. A date should be like romantic. It should be a fairy tale. And a coffee date, it just don't do it for me. It's a lot of stress in the coffee shop. Or maybe I don't know shit about shit. Like, it's other coffee shops than Starbucks that people be going to. Well, I know Toast got like a coffee shop. That's a beautiful place to go to. But then again, I wouldn't even want to go there for a day because that's just not something that I would enjoy. But then again, this is, you know, it's about people preferences and stuff. So it just ain't about me enjoying the date and stuff. But I would hate a coffee ass date. I don't even feel like, I don't even know what I would wear to a coffee date. Like, do you go business cash or do you do work? Like, what are we doing here? I just don't like that. Happy hour dates. And honestly speaking, y'all, I love a good happy hour date. I love a good happy hour date, but I do not like a nigga that be like, oh yeah, they be like, okay, let me give y'all an example. For example, give me a good happy hour spot, like Taranka. Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Juliana. I'm gonna be serving you guys today, and y'all, we do got happy hour. And the nigga be all, yeah. What's the happy hour special? Oh yeah. What time is it? Let me get a $2 shot. Oh girl, don't you be looking at that menu over there? You gotta get this. No, absolute not. And you know why? Because don't be taking me on a motherfucking date and you can't afford it. Because anything that I order by myself outside, I'm gonna expect to do with you on a date. Is grabbing drinks enough for a first date? Here's the thing. I feel like we are all grown, but I was watching something and was like, it's not good for women to get multiple drinks on a date because y'all know what drinks mean. That means you feeling good. You want to go home with your boo. You want to, you know, you want to get into bed and stuff. I'm a grown ass woman. You know, if I'm going to go to dinner and I'm going to go to happy hour and I'm going to enjoy myself, I'm gonna have me a couple of drinks, right? Because that's just what I do. It's like juice, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep drinking. But I feel like I've gotten to the age now to where I feel like I can handle myself and where I can have drinks that I can be comfortable on my day. So I feel like that's enough effort. And you know, I feel like grabbing drinks is also fun. Is drinking a hobby? Yeah, it is. But I feel like that's a good day. Like, you don't want to, when a nigga asks you on a date, he ain't gonna say, let's go to a happy hour date, right? He ain't gonna say that, but it's gonna be mostly like y'all are getting drinks together. Does alcohol-based dates make it easier to connect? And I would say yes, because as I said before, the vibe when you're texting and the vibe when you get in person is way different. You might need a shot or two to loosen you up and to, you know, tell the things about yourself that the other person don't know. You might need that. So I think it does make it easier for y'all to connect. Are happy hour dates more about vibes than romance? So once again, you want to have a good vibe, right? You want to meet somebody, you want to be like, oh yeah, I like him, I like his vibe, you know. And then, you know, once you get the vibes flowing and the drinks flowing and the $5 lamb chops and stuff coming out, then, you know, it's gonna feel like, you know, you're in a romantic area. But I don't think that the happy hour dates are more about vibes than romance, because romance to me is the whole 9 yards. You know, hey, meet me here at 8:00 p.m. I'm sending you a truck here, I'm getting your outfit here. That a happy hour date is not really a date. Anything can really be a date, but all that other bullshit, like a motherfucking, let's, like, have y'all seen that tweet before? It was like, oh yeah, let's go to Wendy's and drive around my city and shit. Bitch, that ain't no motherfucking date. Bitch, fuck is you talking about? The fuck? No. Would you rather do happy hour or dinner? For me, I would rather do dinner. You know, I like a guy who want to go all night, okay? We can start at a happy hour, or we can start at a cocktail hour, and then we can go to dinner, and then we can do something after. But me personally, I want to do with somebody who's more so intentional. I want to do with somebody who want to be around me. Now, too damn long for me is like a date. I get irritated being around a nigga all day, but I like for my stuff to I like for a date to last from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay, but the all day shit, like waking up at 11:30 and I don't leave from around you till 5, that's too motherfucking long. Is a rooftop happy hour more acceptable than an Applebee's happy hour at 4:00 p.m.? And here's the thing about questions and situations like that. A date is a date regardless, right? But these topics, and more so what we're talking about, is what you doing for a person when you first meet them. You don't want to take somebody that's your first meeting to Applebee's at first because you want to set a first impression. You'll take me to Applebee's on my first date, or Buffalo Wild Wings on the first date. I'm not going to feel like you really value me, right? I ain't going to really feel like, oh yeah, you know, took the effort, or you saved this amount of money to take me out and stuff. It's okay to go to Applebee's dates and stuff. When I was dealing with a guy that I was all the way locked in with, we would do casual dates and casual restaurants all the time because, you know, we was more so locked in. But when you're first starting to date somebody and getting to know somebody, you want to make sure that you're setting those first impressions all right. Of course, not introducing a vibe that you can't maintain, but you don't want to just be trying to Applebee's a bitch or motherfucking Longhorn in a bitch. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the first dates that I have been on and first things that I have done, it hasn't been those places. It's been a little bit more extravagant experiences, or more so fun experiences that I enjoy more than going to Applebee's and shit. Hell, I used to go to Applebee's and Longhorn and shit with my mom and my daddy. I don't want to do that with a nigga that I'm fucking with. That's just not my preference, right? Does the location matter more than the budget? I mean, honestly speaking, I don't know. You know, I don't know, because it's just different for everybody. But you don't want to go on a date with a nigga and all he keeps talking about is the prices, or oh, this too high, oh, it's gratuitous. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Oh, I could have got don't nobody want to hear that shit. Shouldn't nobody be dating? And I think I talked about this on another episode, but a person shouldn't be dating if they can't afford to date, right? Your priority should be getting your money and your pockets together. I don't think that. I feel like when you dating people and stuff, you should be intentional. You should want to go the extra mile. You should want to go do a little extra razzle dazzle, you know, make somebody feel special. Make a bitch feel like Paris in springtime. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, the money is not everything, but when you're first dating and starting off, you want to make sure that you're picking a location and y'all are ordering food and y'all are connecting over those different experiences and stuff, because like I said before, you want to be the nigga that the girl remember, because right now y'all are boyfriend and girlfriend, y'all are only dating. So if I'm dating somebody else and he coming harder about me, then why would I go back out on a nigga why would I go back out with the nigga who took me at Applebee's rather than the nigga that took me to Unknown or Pasha's or Not Love? I was watching Port Minds and Drea had brought up, or it was Lace, I don't know, I don't remember. I watched him a lot, so I just be speaking off of what I remember off the top of my head. But basically, they was talking about what are good dates and stuff for younger girls and stuff. And before I even say this, younger girls and YBs, young hoes, we go on good days. Like, I've been to Pasha's, I've been to motherfucking Weezy's, I've been to Papados, I've been to Wagyu House, I've been to Prime on Peachtree, I've been to a numerous amount of good places. Now, I did say I do date older people, but now that I'm thinking about it, the niggas that took me on them dates, they was younger. They was like 26, 24, 27. So it's possible to go on those days, but I don't even really feel like it's unrealistic expectations, because you can't tell somebody that, oh yeah, where they going or where they have been, that's not what they have experiences. I done been to concerts, I done been to movies, I done been to Miami, I done came back, even though that Miami date was fucking horrible. But I done been to good places and good dates and stuff like that. But it's just all about your experiences and what you accept and what you allow. If you like somebody and he take you on a certain date, then cool. I done been on picnics. I done did all types of shit. Like, a date can literally be anything. And it's not just eating. Now, me personally, I love to eat. Okay, I'm an eater. But, I mean, you know, you can go on a picnic. You could go to a strawberry farm. You can go to the zoo. You can go to Disney World. You can go to an amusement park. Like, I had this one nigga, I had ended up cutting him off, but he wanted to take me to Disney World for a date. Or like, you know, like a little vacation weekend or whatever. Like, it's just all different types of dates other than just, you know, going out. And like I said before, I like thoughtful people, like, you know, shit like that, like dates you would never think of. That's what I like. But yeah, y'all, that was it for today's topic, which was dating. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And I already know it's gonna be bitches in the comments putting pictures of them and their husbands and Longhorns and Olive Garden and shit. Okay, that's you, bitch. We ain't talking about you. We talking about me and my perspectives. If you want to talk about the shit that y'all do, y'all get in y'all own podcast to do it, okay? Next. So we are about to get into tonight's or today's Call Kayla. Okay, this is a short one. Hey Kayla, I'm trying to start a clothing brand, but my girl doesn't really give me the support that I feel I need. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting money as nigga. Don't think this shit sweet. But her friends were joking about me being a nigga who's starting their own business. How you promote and nobody comes, nobody really be buying at first, and that shit really got me feeling down. Would you hold a guy down during this process, and what should I do? I have a real job to fund this, and I just want to maximize my money and do more, even for her, but I'm really feeling some type of way. What would you do? Okay, for me, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely feel like a conversation with her needs to be had, because I feel like this all the time when I'm starting up my podcast, and especially when you're a girl and a nigga, it's really different, right? Because, for example, let's just put myself in a guy's shoes, right, with me starting a podcast. In the beginning, a bitch only getting 70 views, 100 views. Like, somebody could say, oh yeah, I got more views on this than she got on this. And that's okay. You know why? Because everybody starts somewhere. In my personal opinion, I feel like it's all about preference, right? If your girlfriend or whoever you're dealing with don't want to deal with somebody who's starting their own business and don't want to give you support, then that's fine. Get the fuck on, right? You even said that, you know, you wanted to maximize your money and you have a job to fund what you're trying to do, and she's not giving you support. That's just not the type of people that you need around you when you're trying to start your own business, right? If y'all have been in a relationship for a number of years, or, you know, in your relationship, a main thing that a girl and a guy, or a boyfriend and girlfriend should be doing is that they should be supporting each other, right? You never want to be with somebody who doesn't fully support you and even allow their friends to talk about you, because what you do, it ain't nobody business, right? At first, ain't nobody gonna be watching, ain't nobody gonna be buying, but it's not about that. It's about being consistent. I feel like my advice to you is just focus on your dream. I know that shit got you feeling down. It be having me feeling down when I think that bitches who should support me and be my friend and stuff, and don't support me and they don't repost my shit, or they don't do that thing. But that's not people's jobs, right? I know you said that you wanted to start your own business to do more and, you know, to even do more for her. But when I get up and when I sell out and all that, don't be expecting to be around, because that's how motherfuckers do you. They want to come around when you doing good, when you feeling good, when it's cool. At first you weird. That bitch got that this, he got that feeling ass clothing brand. I know how hoes be because I done did it before, right? Was it right? No, but I'm just talking about, we just talking about Carla K. They Carla K. You know what I'm saying? We not talking about me. We talking about you. Right? But at the end of the day, you gotta trust your own process. You gotta trust your own process. You gotta believe in yourself. If you're not around people that support you and that can give you the support that you need, then you don't need to be with them no more. So yep, that's it for today's Call Kayla. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all comment, tell me what y'all thinking, tell me what topics, and make sure y'all see me call Kayla and stuff too. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's episode of Hush Your Pod. Y'all already know every Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. we dropping. Later, bye.